Hello Falcon fans, welcome to our career retrospect as we highlight the career of women's hockey and women's lacrosse athlete Makayla Spejcher. My name is Matt Benzel from Green Bay, played for the Bay Area Ice Bears. How did you end up at Concordia?
Honestly, I was just looking for a small school that had hockey, and then it also had an X-Phys program, and this kind of had everything kind of in one spot, and I was like, you know what, it just seemed like the best fit, and everywhere else that I went, and yeah, then I just toured here and met Coach Billy, and that's how I did it.
And has worked out 108 career games, at least for hockey, not to mention a couple of seasons with women's lacrosse. Mentioned though, he played for the Bay Area Ice Bears. If you know anything about girls high school hockey in the state of Wisconsin, year in, year out, a program that certainly competes for a state championship. How do those experiences with the Ice Bears prepare you for college hockey?
Oh wow. I mean, I had a great coach. I think like he was really just encouraging and really was on my side and wanted me to excel wherever I went, and so he was really happy to have me on his team. Coach Joe, shout out Coach Joe. But yeah, I had a really great coach there, and he really pushed me just to be the best that I could be too, and just also just having fun with the girls program. I mean, I grew up playing boys hockey most of my life, so it was definitely like a different switch in that regard, just like finally having a girls team that I haven't had one since I was 10, and so yeah, that was super cool thing to be a part of, and then just cool to see that the Ice Bears are just growing from since I've been there, because we used to scratch and fight to try and get to the state, and then now they're just like blowing teams out of the water, so it's really cool to see like the growth in that program too.
So from high school to college, what for you was the biggest adjustment or difference from what you were accustomed to?
I think just more expected of you to be at certain events or even just like hockey in general, or just like being more involved in different things than just hockey. And I really like that Concordia gave you like those outlets too to just kind of like be a part of the community. You know, we helped with youth hockey here, and that was a super fun thing to get to do. And just, yeah, I would say like doing more things with the team than like what I was used to with high school for sure.
Your freshman year, the 2022-23 season, do you remember it all coming into this program, maybe what your hopes or goals were for your time here at Concordia, what your thoughts were about this program, where it could be 4 years later?
I had a lot of big hopes. I wanted this program to be the best ever. I was so excited, and I remember coming in here and I'm like, we're gonna win conference the first year here, and and we're gonna I didn't even care like who was on the team. Like I didn't know how good we were. Like I didn't know anything. Like I honestly like barely got to put it that way, but I wasn't like into like all the stats and like whatever, like what a team was. I was just like excited to be here, so I had no idea the state of our team. I came up for one practice and I was like, oh, like I think I could play like at this level and stuff, and and so looking back, it's just crazy like how much growth this program has had, and yeah, I remember just being like, conference champs every year, and then after the first year, like you lose the first round, it's like, shoot, what are we gonna do better next year? So it was really cool to see like how our team still fought, and we still had girls coming here that want the same thing, so it was fun.
We'll touch on it because you've helped set the bar higher and higher every season with Falcons women's hockey. But I want to go back to November 4th of 2022, St. Benedict, the opponent. Remember game number 1 as a Falcon?
Not really. To be completely honest, I feel like a lot of it's been a blur, and so it's been crazy to like look back. Like even you saying 2022, I'm like, what? Like I don't know. It's just it's crazy to even think I was like at that point in my life, and just
scored a
I remember
goal.
scoring. I do remember scoring. I don't even know what goal it was. I should have, maybe looked at some more stuff of my career, but, I've always just had this mindset of I love to play hockey. So, it wasn't about what kind of goal I was going to get my first one. It was just about, I love playing with this team, and yeah, I love being a part of something really special. So, but yeah, that's so funny you say that, because I have no idea even how that game went. So.
Well, it's amazing to think too, because that was the tone setter for your career. Game 1, you get goal number 1, and little did we know, 4 years later, you've reset the record book as far as goals go. But when you think back to that first season, okay, 27 games played, 15 goals, you had close to 11 assists. You think back to year 1, when did you start to really feel confident, comfortable in your ability, and say, you know what, I can play at this level, I belong at this level?
I think it just really helped coming into this program and the girls around me being very much I don't know if accepting is the word, but just very much welcoming and and it wasn't a negative, yes, we battle and compete, and that was still a part of, our team, but it was kind of it wasn't sometimes I feel some programs really do look down on their freshmen and just they don't know anything about, college coming in here or whatever, and that college sports is different. And I always knew it was going to be different. I knew it was going to be an adjustment, but I think having that as a team where I can still try to be my best and still improve and be a part of this team even though I'm a freshman, that was huge to start my career, and then also just having a coach that always believed in me and thought I was a good player and saw my potential and was always not let me get in my head too much and just let me kind of play and have fun.
And I know you're all about the team's success, but after that freshman year, you're named the NCHA Freshman of the Year. How big of a confidence boost was that to receive an accolade like that?
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. I knew I had a good season and I knew I was scoring goals, and but that was such a shock to me. And I thought there's got to be someone else. I've always thought that about my career. There is. It's reality of sports. There's always someone out there that's better than you. So it's I thought there was someone out there that was better than me, and then you get into more and you're wow, I'm so thankful and I'm so appreciative of the things that I received. So it's cool.
When you have a psyche like that, where you say there's got to be somebody out there better than me, does that push you to work even harder to be the best you?
Yeah, 100%. I would say it's just something where it kind of puts you in that mentality of not settling, not just being where you're at and reaching for something more. So I've always kind of, there's always out there someone, I always say this quote, I think it's from Tim Tebow. I got it from somewhere, and I always like to say to myself, there's always someone out there training while you are not and getting better. I forgot how the rest of it goes, but it's so true. There's always someone out there training while you are not. So that kind of puts you in perspective, I should be trying to train and get better. So yeah.
And with that being said, you look year after year, all 4 of your seasons, you improved on your numbers. You went from 15 goals. You went down a little bit in that sophomore year, but jumped back up by your junior year with 16. You had 17 as a senior, which tied the program's single season record. What do you equate that success to? Is it the work ethic? Did you see how teams approach it differently? How did you adjust your game year by year?
I think a little bit of it was coming in freshman year. It's you can't do. It kind of feels a little bit. It's you're getting used to the program. You can't do anything wrong. You're just kind of here and you're trying your best, and then all of a sudden you're a sophomore year and you're I'm not feeling this anymore. And there's gonna be people coming up behind me that are gonna want just as much as how I wanted, playing time and spots on power play and PK, and they're gonna want that. And if I just say, I don't have to work as hard, or I don't, I'm fine where I'm at. I had a good season last year. I was a good player, my freshman year. Then there's gonna be someone that's gonna catch up to me, and then I would. At the end of the day, you don't get to play as much because that's kind of how I knew Coach Ridley was gonna how any coach should be. That's how you get your players to grow and try to chase more and be more successful. But yeah, I just knew, I was like, there's other people below me that are going to come up and try to chase my tail, and so I'm going to try to be better over the summer and really train hard over the summer, and I dedicated myself to that every summer.
From a stats standpoint, Brooke Gibson set the bar high, following her career with the Falcons, a record you eventually would chase and surpass. What was it like to play alongside, watch Brooke Gibson do her thing on the ice?
Really cool. I think like she was definitely in that whole class. Like obviously they were always like the class above me, and so like I always was like, oh, they're only 1 year above me, but like they were like my competition. Like they were like my most competition at the end of the day. Like I love them all, but like they were like when I was coming in, I'm like, I'm better than them, So it's like seeing her, but like she would always push herself and like be so great and like have a great attitude and just lead our team into great success too. Like I was like, yeah, I want to do that. Like I want to be that. And just having like those good role models like that would also work so hard would push me too. Like that working hard would push me too. Especially with growing up, really cool to see her kind of do what she did best, and then also just like me following after that.
It's crazy when you think about that class that was ahead of you. That was a big class, and so all of a sudden that senior class leaves. Now it's almost like a passing of the torch. Was there pressure for you and your fellow seniors to kind of carry on what they had left behind?
Definitely. I feel like especially since that senior class had such a like big mentality of making it the best year yet, and I think that's why I had such a great year even the last season. I think them just having that mindset of making it the best year yet kind of just made us seniors also want to carry that on too, and also just want to have the best year that we can have. Like I think every senior maybe has that, but we were like, okay, if their class can do it, like we should be able to do it too, and so that was kind of our mindset too. Like let's make it the best we can have it be, and then also just have fun with each other, enjoy your teammates, enjoy this time you have here. It's so like long, but it's so short. It's so short.
Entering your senior year, realistically, you had an opportunity to catch up to Brooke Gibson's career goals record. Was that even in the back of your mind?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think I was like, I knew I was close, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and do this. Like I'm gonna try and beat that record, and it was definitely a fun goal to try to be a part of, or try to reach toward. And my dad's so funny because he keeps track of. I don't really honestly I wouldn't even know how close I was. It was just for my dad. My dad was like, you're this many goals away and this many assists away, and it was just kind of funny to see him be so involved in it too. So it was fun seeing him care. I don't know, not care, but he would care so much more about keeping track, and I was just like, I just want to win for my team. But he's so funny. But yeah.
When you accomplished that feat, you broke the record, did you know it going in? Did you know that, I need this next goal? When you got it, what was the reaction?
I remember the games I had leading up to it to be close, but then when I did score, I do remember it just being wow, I did it. It was just kind of like graduation. We just had graduation, and I'm just wow, I'm here, I did it, we're here, we got through all the chaos, and we worked so hard all these years, and I think it's just the more it's a relieving, or I don't know, what kind of feeling I could express it as, but just kind of wow, I did it, and that's so cool to be a part of, for sure.
Yeah, 60 goals, new program record. We had Brooke Gibson on last year, sat here thinking, okay, she set the bar high, you've now set the bar high, that's the record to beat, obviously, the career program record for points as well. What does that mean to you to realize that you've set the standard now, and now everybody else is putting on this sweater, is chasing after that record?
Well, yeah, and I think the freshmen, Abby Hansford was already having a great season herself, and so I think I could totally see her beating me, seeing that she did so well in her freshman year too. If she keeps going the way that she's going, I could totally see her beating me, and other girls that are coming to this program, and just I think it also puts Concordia at a place that people want to come to. girls want to play for, and I think that's so great. Like just being a part of something where that girls see our program and they're like, that's a winning team because those girls work hard and because they put up points and they put up these stats, and like that's so cool to see too.
From a team perspective, okay, build year 1, year 2, by year 3, a program record 20 wins, got the opportunity to host a quarterfinal series here at the Ozaki Ice Center. By your senior year, now a program record 24 victories on top of the highest ever national ranking for the program, second place finish in the NCHA, and only hosting at the quarterfinal round, but also a semifinal matchup here at the Ozaki Ice Center. What was key when you think back to the team concept year by year? How are you guys able to find that kind of success?
I think honestly just wanting a little bit more. I think every single time that we're stepping on ice for practice, every single time that you're in the gym, every single time that you're working yourself. In the summer months, it's like those are the times to get better and to grow yourself. And I think like it really is important to have a coach that, you know, is also implementing those things, also putting it in your head, like, you know, challenging you, making you want to grow, making you want to be the best version of yourself. So I think just like seeing that, you know, we got to host semis this year, like that wasn't quite even a like I knew our team was like still like good and like I had a good freshman year, but that was just like not the reality of like our team our freshman year. And like so I was like, I don't know, like we'll see like the next years to come, and then just seeing like just like how rapidly like I feel like we've grown in this team, and like seeing like that, you know, we can be a nationally ranked team, we can host, you know, the semifinals, we can, you know, make it to that point, you know, it's really cool to see.
When you look back at your career, is there a most memorable game among the rest?
I'd probably say like this year we definitely had some big wins. I think like beating even like Adrian has always been so hard to beat. So like beating Adrian even last year, I was not thinking that was gonna happen.
Score the game-winning goal.
I know I didn't. I think Coach did.
Well, according to stats, you beat you. Well, this past season.
Oh, I was like.
You're going back even further.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah.
Well, beating Adrian back-to-back years is special.
Yeah. So I think that was like really cool, seeing like that. Us put that together, even if we didn't beat them in playoffs, you know, like I think just like seeing that put together and seeing like our team getting confidence in themselves and being like, yeah, like we can be the top team in this conference, and it doesn't always have to be Adrian being the top team and or like St. George being the top team, like we could be a top team. And so like that was super cool to see that win, and then also get a win this year too.
Point taken, anytime you beat Adrian, it's memorable. You look at goals, I know you said it's kind of a blur, but when you score 60, is there one that stands out among the rest? Is it that game winner against Adrian?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my favorites are like sniping goalie. I think that's like my favorite goals to score, for sure. Or like anytime like we have like game-winning goals are so huge. I mean, even like the Aurora game stuck out to me in playoffs when I scored. I think scoring like shootout goals, my shootout goal against Lake Forest when we won the cup, like that was huge to like score. I think those are so fun to like look back and see that we did that too.
In fact, you had a couple of 4-goal games, a couple of 5-point games, you had 10 career game-winning goals. Favorite road trip? And don't tell me Dubuque when you guys were stuck there for it felt like an eternity.
Yeah, no, not that one. Not that one. Road trip. I would probably say the longest one, and my most favorite one is probably the Pennsylvania trip where we went to play Kings. We took a sleeper bus all the way from here to there, and it was crazy and it was nuts, and you felt like you were losing your mind, but it was also so fun to like really get close to that senior class and just be in a different state, like somewhere else. Like that was super cool.
It paid off. That was one of your 4-goal, 5-point performances out in Pennsylvania. I want to touch base quickly on lacrosse. You played 2 years of lacrosse, including this past spring in 2026 at a hat trick against Lake Forest. Have you ever played lacrosse before prior to, and how would you summarize your Falcon 2-year career?
Yeah, No, I never even knew how to play lacrosse. I've seen it, like I had a high school friend that played it, and I watched it, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but this looks like a cool sport. And so I watched her play it, and that was fun to see. And but I never played, and I never knew how to play. And then I had a couple of the senior class that I had last year, and they were like, "We play lacrosse, like she'll let you join, and you're athletic, and you'll get it, and it's fine." And they're like egging me on to come join because once this, I feel like if you're an athlete, and I've always been a double sport athlete, so I played softball actually a lot of my life, and hockey. So I always went from hockey straight to softball. So it's kind of like I was like, if I can be a part of something like that, would be great. So I talked to Coach Emily, and she was like, yeah, we'd love to have you, and like, it doesn't matter like if you've never played before. And so that was super cool to just like be like, oh, because when you're in hockey, like always be, not saying it's a bad thing, but it was always so serious. It was always so serious, but I always took it serious because you're in it for so long. And I loved lacrosse because they just were like, oh, we'll just teach you. It was fine. And so then my sophomore year, I didn't really play as much because there were people that were better than me, so understandably. But it was just fun to like be a part of something. And yeah, my senior year, I was gonna play my junior year, but I was too busy with school and stuff. So I would have played that for you, but yeah.
2026 Team's Most Improved Player Award winner, by the way. To wrap things up here as we go forward, legacy. Well, what do you hope when people see the name Makayla Spejcher, which hopefully they pronounce the last name properly? I'm sure you went through that for 4 years. But when you think about your time here at Concordia, what do you hope people say when they see the name Makayla Spejcher up and down that record book?
I hope they see that I was a hard worker and that I was dedicated, and I took a lot of years to be the best that I could be here. And so, yeah, I hope they see like dedicated and hardworking when I see you, for sure.
What message do you have for all of your friends, family, supporters throughout their time supporting you, whether it be here at Concordia or prior to?
Just thank you for everything. It's been amazing to see my progress here, and I thank you for like all of your support and just the ways that you've just been a part of this journey, this hockey journey. I think it's just been a long road for sure, but also a good one. And just to see like my parents and my grandparents and my friends back home cheering me on all the time and just being so happy for me makes me really happy to see that.
And finally, as we sit here and tape this in 2026, what's next for Makayla Spejcher?
Going to Florida. I'm going to Florida. I'm moving to Florida, and I'm also getting married in July.
Congrats.
And I am going to go for my strength and conditioning certification, so that's my next few steps here.
Makayla, thanks a lot for your time. Congratulations on a successful career and all you've done for Concordia Women's Hockey, and all the best in Florida.
Thank you.
That's Makayla Spejcher, and thanks for watching Career Retrospect.